ZOE?
ZOE?
ZOE? ZOE?
Shoo, bird.
Oh, shoo yourself, you big hairy lug.
What in Charles' name? I know you. You arrived with that Stark girl yesterday. You're her bird.
Her bird. I am my own bird, I'll have you know. The nerve of some people. Besides, I lost her. She done gone vanished on me. I am, it seems, an expert at misplacing beautiful young women.
She's not misplaced. She's with the Resistance.
The Resistance. So she did find the rebels, and she didn't think to tell me. Well, some friend she turned out to be.
Well, to be fair to the girl, it wasn't entirely voluntary.
What do you mean? They kidnapped her. Crow to the rescue! So, where exactly did they kidnap her to?
I'm not supposed to... Well, I reckon the chances of you being an Azadi spy are rather remote. And that poor girl could probably use a friend. Do you know the old Sentinel Library outside the city? It's in ruins now, but beneath it, in the Enclave, you'll find your girl. Unless they took her egg, in which case...
Hold on, ZOE! Hold on to your head! I'm on my way!
I trust you got some sleep last night?
I would have, if you guys believed in bed sheets and pillows.
You are fortunate to be alive, girl. Who are you? Why do you ask questions about the Resistance?
I'll keep it simple. I'll keep it simple. Or maybe it's better to mention the rebels. On the other hand, asking for the rebels is what got me into trouble in the first place. Deny everything? I'll keep it simple. I'm Zoe. I need your help.
Our help? With what?
I didn't know who else to ask. I need to get to the Purple Mountains.
I don't know where that is.
What about the Ular?
I'm sorry.
Obnaxis? Of the Venar?
I have heard of the Venar, but they left the Northlands. And Obnexus? Maybe a whisper. Long ago? Nothing more. I cannot help you.
Damn. Is there anyone here who would know?
Perhaps. But you haven't answered my question, girl. Why should we help you? For all I know, you're an agent of the Azadi.
No, I'm...
Zoe! She's Zoe!
Balance.
Don't you dare touch her head. She's on an important mission.
I see. And who are you?
Crow, honorary rebel, long-term avian buddy, and occasional sidekick of April Ryan, rebel leader, adventurer, hero, savior of the balance. That's right. Here's Crow. This is him. I'm me. So, where's April? She can vouch for Zoe. They're best friends, tight as two chicks in a nest. I don't see April. Is she out on a mission or sleeping in or... Why are you both looking at me like that?
I thought you knew.
Knew what? What's going on? What?
April Ryan is dead, Bird. She was assassinated during an Azadi raid on Myria the winter before last. She died a hero's death and was given a hero's burial. We remember her fondly.
What?
I'm so sorry. Crow! Crow! Okay, I'm an idiot.
I've heard of this bird. Crow. So, you knew April Ryan?
We met a couple of times. I was there when she died. I found her. I tried to save her, but I couldn't. So, yeah, I guess I knew April.
You're the Stark girl. The one who dreams. They spoke of you. Bakim, Bryn, Chawan. They said you were one of us. Oh, this certainly changes things. But how did you...
Liko's wondering, now that Kian's gone, if we should maybe... Oh. Hello. You have lovely hair.
I'll speak with Liko Enu. With Kian gone, we need to change our plans.
Kian. Big Azadi guy. People call him the Apostle.
You know him?
We met once, briefly. He was kind to me. But isn't he the enemy?
Was. He's with us now. Defected. Yep. Well, except that he abandoned us again to go on a crazy suicide mission.
He left last night.
Of course. After everything that's happened, we just miss each other.
Oh, Enu, this is Zoe. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah. Hi. Nice to meet you, Enu.
You're so pretty. That came out wrong. Wanna be friends? Oh, sorry.
Zoe needs our help. She has questions. Maybe you
Of
can...
course. No problem. Leave this to me, Shepard.
I'm sorry for questioning you, Zoe. And I'm sorry I could not be of any assistance. Please, stay. Speak with Enu and the others. Perhaps someone here has the answers you're looking for.
Thank you, Shepard.
Where are you from? Your clothes are amazing. Where did you get them?
They came with the jump. I'm from Stark. That's...
Across the divide, on the flip side of the balance, the world of science. Are you serious? That's incredible. I have so many questions. I don't even know where to start. I am seriously worried my head might explode. I think I need to sit down.
Oh, don't explode. I'm not that special. I mean, you're orange, and the ears...
I'm just a boring old Zid. It's totally normal. Holy crap, Stark. I can't believe it. How did you get here? Are you a shifter?
A dreamer. I just dream myself here.
Just dream yourself here. That's it. No biggie. You are the best thing I have ever seen. Seriously.
Really? Okay. Thank you.
So, what do you need help with? Shepard said...
I'm trying to find the Purple Mountains, and a tribe of magical creatures called the Ular. Someone, a Venar named Abnaxus, told me to...
Whoa, slow down. Okay. Purple Mountains, Ular, Venar, Abnaxus, right? Nope. None of that sounds remotely familiar. I have never heard any of those words before. Of course, there are a lot of things I don't know. I was a farm girl. A silly zidling. There's so much I don't know. But I do know where to look for answers.
Oh? Where?
The library. The library holds all the answers. Do you have libraries in Stark? Never mind, silly question. Of course you don't. I'll go to our library right now and start looking. Purple Mountains, Ular, Abnaxus of the Venar. Come find me when you're ready. I can't wait to spend more time with you. Ugh, sorry.
There he is. I should go talk to Crow. I can't believe he didn't know about April. I'm so sorry, Crow. I thought you knew.
It's fine. It's not your fault. I just can't... I can't believe she's gone. But I sort of knew, you know? I felt it in my heart. And that final time we were together, it wasn't like it used to be. It was weird. Like too much time had passed and we drifted apart. I should have known it wouldn't last.
How can you ever know something like that? He's not alone in feeling that. I know that feeling. It's something you just have to learn to live with.
I know. I will. Were you there when she...
I witnessed the whole thing. But should I tell Crow that? Perhaps better to avoid the topic and get him thinking about other things. I witnessed the whole... I was there. I saw it happen. I tried to help her, to save her. I know I was supposed to, but I... couldn't.
Not your fault. Bad things happen. People die. Life goes on. Anyway, did I help with, the rebel thing? Did they believe you? That you're not a spy?
You did. They do. It's fine now. They'll help us.
Good. They're not gonna cut your head off?
What? No?
Good. I wish I could have been more helpful. But it was 10 years ago, and I didn't really pay attention to what April said about that Abnaxus chap.
It's okay.
If you don't mind, I need to be alone for a little while. Clean my feathers, sharpen my beak, reflect on the nature of life. Bird stuff.
Totally understand.
I'll find you in the city.
You knew April. You were there when she died. Shepard told me. I wanted to know what you saw.
I saw April and Kian talking. Then the Asadi soldiers arrived and April was stabbed with a spear. She fell into the water. Kian was arrested. He was obviously distraught. I tried to save her, but I was too late.
Against the entire Azadi army, there wasn't much you could do.
You two were friends?
For a time, we were More than friends, we were. Good friends. She was the strongest and bravest woman I ever knew. I respected her. I loved her.
Shepard, have you heard of the Purple Mountains?
I have not. I don't know the Northlands, and I have no inclination to know it any better than I do. When this war is over, I'm going back to our homelands. My people need me.
He's a magical. Do you know anything about the Ular?
What are they?
A magical people. They live in the Purple Mountains.
Outside the Southlands and Azadir. I haven't seen much of this world. I don't know the Ular.
It can't hurt. Does the name Obnaxus mean anything to you?
No.
Maybe he'll... Where is home for you?
The continent you know as Azadir, my people's ancestral home. We call it Antiqua Abba, land of the setting sun. We are the Dole Antiqua, and we were there first. When our enemy's been sent scurrying from this place, we're taking the war home.
Well, good luck. I'm going to keep looking around.
You go ahead.
I was just... I'm not... Are you supposed to be walking around on your own?
This doesn't look right, but I probably shouldn't be snooping. He looks guilty. What's going on here? Is this your room?
Well, we don't... we don't have our own rooms. Anyway, Keen's gone. I was just looking for... It's Zoe, is it not? I'm Jakai, Benrima Salman's nephew. She said some very nice things about you.
You'll have to give her my regards. How is Benrime? I noticed the Journeyman was closed down.
Yeah, she's in Coldstone. They arrested her for colluding with the Resistance. She was sentenced to 10 years in the dungeons. I don't know if she'll survive that. Anyway, I'm sure she'll be happy to hear that you're back in town.
I'm sorry about your aunt.
Yes. Thank you. I don't know what I'll do without her. She's the only family I have. Look, I have to go into town on an errand now, but please let me know if there's anything I can do for you.
Naxos, Purple Mountains, Ular, Ula. I've been trying to find a book or scroll or manuscript or map or torn note page or ancient magical tome or pamphlet or piece of cloth that mentions the Purple Mountains or the Ular, but no luck. It's really frustrating. This library has never let me down before. Bad library.
She seems so curious about me, and I haven't asked her a single question. Enu, right? I don't feel we were properly introduced.
I know you are. Yes. You're right. Enu. I am Enu. I hope you're staying a while. It would be so great to have someone around who's not a surly warrior with mommy issues, or a stoic leader, or a battle-hardened soldier, or just batshit insane. There's Jakai. He's pretty normal, except for his aunt issues, but he's a bit too... Hey, so, what do you do when you're not saving the world?
Neural programming. I did. Then my world shut down, and now I just watch a lot of shows and eat. Sorry.
Didn't understand any of that, but it was still amazing. Tell me again?
Maybe next time?
I can't wait to talk more about all these things we have in common. We must have a sleepover.
This is where I try to connect and make friends. You just joined the Resistance?
Oh, yes. No. Not really just. About half a year ago? Wait, more than that. Time flies when you're having fun. Well, fun.
Sometimes you need to make the best out of a bad situation.
Right. And it's my duty. We're doing good, important work here. Also, I didn't want to end up living the life my parents wanted for me.
I can identify with that.
This is so nice. I wish we were sisters. Can we be sisters? You don't have to answer that. Do you have any siblings?
I did. Sort of. Long story. You?
Oh, lots. Boyfriend! Do you have one of those?
I do. I think. We haven't spoken in a while, and he doesn't know. I think we need to have a long talk if I get back home. It's been a very tough year, for the both of us. I was asleep for a long time. I forgot a lot of the stuff that happened to me before I fell asleep. I tried to remember, but I couldn't. Until my memories caught up with me. Oh, Jesus. It's a long story. Very complicated. Maybe another time?
Yes, please?
There must... So, no luck?
Nothing. Sorry. And I've read most of these before. I can't remember coming across any of those words you mentioned. There's not much else to do here in the evenings except read. I don't really have any female friends. It gets lonely. Anyway, I've been through all the encyclopedias and travelogues, but...
Nothing about the Purple Mountains or the Ula?
Nothing. I mean, the Purple Mountains sounds colloquial. It may have a different name officially, but the Ular, there should be something about them. It's a magical race?
They didn't look human.
Weird, there's nothing about them. They must be very isolated, or someone's trying to hide something. Which would be weird and very hard to pull off. Forget I said that.
I'm on a dead. I guess I'll have to look elsewhere.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. I really thought I'd find something. I feel terrible. Do you want to be my friend? Oh, I already asked you that. I'm coming on too strong, aren't I? I am, I can tell. Stop it, Enu.
No, not at all. I'd love to be friends. And thank you for helping me.
Much good that did. I really wish I knew who else could...
For the love of the festering demon shrimps of Jaharva, do I have to do everything in this place? I didn't spend all those years living on the streets of Marcuria, pilfering food and liberating fat purses to deal with this shite. I swear I'd be better off going back to sleeping in Abnaxis' stone tree if I can't even get a mattress that isn't flea and maggot infested. Do your bleeding jobs, people. Is that too much to ask?
Blind Bob?
Eh? What? Who's asking? Well, blessed be Miss Striped Britches. You're the lass what brought me mulled wine back when I'd hit rock bottom in Marcuria. What in the name of the eight-eyed octo-god of Tartellus are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same thing. Except for, not those words exactly.
Oh, I left my life of beggaring behind. Cleaned myself up. Joined the resistance. I'm a general now. I'm making a difference.
He was theoretically blind, but now he can see. It makes less and less sense the more I think about it. What happened to your theoretical blindness?
Cured! I was blind, theoretically, but now I can see. To be honest, some days I wonder if I ever was theoretically blind. Or if it was all hypothemetaphysical. You know, just in my head, like.
Oh,
It was simpler being blind Bob and resorting to beggaring and vagrancy than taking a long, hard look at myself in a speculum. Particularly on account of the blindness. I wish me old pa could have lived to see me. He always believed in me, even when I didn't. To the bitter end, he told me I had potential. I nodded and wept and promised him I'd try my best. Then, as he drew his last ragged breath, I stole his purse and his breeches. Well, Pa, I'm sorry about the britches. I'm making something of life now. Making something of myself. I'm no longer blind Bob. Call me Bob who can see.
General? Are you an actual general?
Aye. See these stripes? General Bob, that's me. I takes care of the logic sticks round here so the place don't crumble to pieces. Shepard's busy with the strategering. Kian sorts out who to murder and how. Liko makes a fine job of being contrary. And Enu keeps everyone's spirits up. I mean, when she's not shooting Azadi soldiers in their eyeballs with her bow and arrow. Me, I make sure the larder's stocked, the sheets are clean, relatively speaking, and that the piss pots are empty. Can't go to war on a full bladder.
I just can't imagine how the blind Bob I met in Mercuria turned into this man. It's an impressive transformation. How did you end up with the rebels?
Not long after you and I met, I overdosed on mulled wine. Spooked me good, that did. I figured I had two choices. Either spend the remainder of my days in the gutter, stinking of foreign spices and currants, and to be honest, there didn't seem to be a whole lot of days left. Or I could clean myself up, try to amount to something after a lifetime wasted on wine, women, and various gutters. The moment I looked up, I saw how the Azadi were running magicals out of Mercuria. I couldn't ignore it. It was disgraceful. I mean, magicals always treated me with kindness and respect. I felt I owed them. So, here I am, doing my part and paying my debts. Aside from the gambling and the bar tabs, mind you. And I feel 20 years younger to boot.
Didn't he just mention Abnaxus? Or was that my imagination? Do you know someone called Abnaxus?
Abnaxus? Now there's a name I haven't heard spoken in years. Where do you know it from?
Sorry, I just overheard. Actually, I met Abnaxus recently. Well, I dreamed about Abnaxus. Or maybe it was more like a vision. This sounds crazy, I know, but...
Sounds completely sane to me, lass. Abnaxus turning up in visions. That's exactly the sort of fellow he was. Persistent, unpredictable, and not a little annoying. I met him when he was the Venar ambassador to Ireed. This was before the gutters, when I was still a dapper chap on the Mercurian party circuit. We hit it off, especially seeing as I was going blind, theoretically, and he saw everything, past, present, and future. Years later, as he was leaving town, he entrusted me with the key to his home, said to take care of it. I'd sleep there from time to time. Very uncomfortable bunk. Musty smell of ancient books and foreign weeds. I didn't much care for it, to be honest.
I'm sure. You said something about a key to Abnaxus's house?
They called it the abode back then. Abnaxus's abode. Primitive accommodations, but luxurious location. Prime real estate. Central with a garden view. Very quiet at night.
And the key? Do you still have it? Sorry, this is really important.
Oh, I carry it with me every day. After all, it is a magic key. Figured it might do me lumbago some good.
What about this house? I mean, the abode?
Also still there, and not hard to find. Sits right circle in the center of the city green. Abnaxus carved it out of a petrified tree with his own morbidly huge hands. A few years ago, the authorities turned it into an historical landmark. Of course, no one can get inside, on account of the Venar magic. Not without the key, at least.
This key? Can I...
Oh, sure. Heavier than it looks, ain't it? More powerful than iron. Worth its weight in precious stones, and then some. This magic goes back to the first magic. None of that modern hocus-pocus. You feel it in your fingers when you hold it. Tingles, don't it?
It does. Sorry, I know this is asking a lot, but can I?
Borrow it? Aye, why not? It's done the lumbago no good. And I don't have much use for the place, now that I've a proper bunk here. But keep it safe. Abnaxus left most of his belongings behind and entrusted me with their care. I'd hate to betray that trust.
I promise.
You spoke with the General. Did you find what you were looking for?
It's a step in the right direction.
Good. I've asked them to ready a boat for you. Whenever you're ready, it will take you into the city. I may not fully understand your role, ZOE, but there's something about you that... I've learned to have faith in the balance. The balance provides. The balance guides. It's guiding you now. You must let it take you wherever it leads, like a leaf on a river. Bend to its will.
I'll try.
We shall speak again, ZOE Castillo. When the winds have quieted, the clouds have parted, and the grass on the great plain stands straight and tall once more.
Shepard said to take you into town. Just get in that boat and we'll leave immediately.
Now I need to find the city green. I wish Crow was with me. I feel less alone with that silly bird around.
You're back! And your head's still on! Did you swim?
Swim? No, boat. I boated. I mean, they dropped me off in a boat.
Impressive. So, what's the next step on our grand adventure? Tea and biscuits? A hearty nap, perhaps?
I need to find the city green and the home of Abnaxus.
I visit the city green every day to clean my feathers in the fountain. Follow me. I really wish you had wings.
So do I, Crow. Hey, are you okay?
Sure, why wouldn't I be?
I mean, April and...
Of course I'm not okay, okay? But I'm okay. I'll be okay. It's okay. We're okay. Don't worry about it, okay?
Okay.
She's not the first friend I've lost, and she won't be the last. You learn to roll with the punches. It's either that or punch back. Real hard.
Ah,
Hello.
I must apologize for yesterday.
No apology necessary. I found the people I was looking for, or rather, they found me.
Good. And you saw eye to eye?
They let me go. We're on the same side. I'm a friend.
Good. Good. I'm glad. I'm very relieved. You seemed like such a nice young woman. I was worried the resistance was going to,
Wow. Well, I'm glad I didn't know that was a possibility.
Well, never mind that. You still have your head. It's Zoe, is it not? What can I do for you, Zoe?
I can't shake the feeling that there's something about that guy I saw rummaging through Kian's belongings. The man who captured me.
Jack-Eye.
That's him. What do you know about him?
Jack-Eye Salmon, old Ben Rimay's nephew. He stops by now and then, oftentimes with important messages. He does a lot of that, communications. But I don't know too much about him. Why do you ask?
Not sure. I surprised him in the Enclave. He was acting strangely.
His aunt is serving a sentence in Coldstone. I believe they're very close. That might explain his behavior.
That's probably it. Just keep an eye on him, maybe?
I certainly will.
I should try to engage him in a friendly conversation. People say good things about you.
Do they now? Well, I appreciate the sentiment. I'm friendly to friends, civil to customers, and, less so to everyone else. But I will welcome all sorts to the Rooster, unless they're troublemakers.
I promise I'll behave. Ulvik appears to be well-traveled. Maybe he knows where it is. This is probably a long shot, but have you heard of the Purple Mountains?
I've heard of the Black Mountains, the Green Mountains, even the Speckled Brown Mountains, but purple ones? If I had to guess, I'd say look to the Border Mountains range. They stretch from one end of the Northlands to the other. I'm sure they cover the colours of the rainbow.
I'm guessing it might take a while to see them all.
About a decade, give or take a few months.
And here I was hoping to get home by next week. He might know where Abnaxus's house is located. I'm looking for the house that belonged to Abnaxus of the Venar.
The ambassador? I met him once at a social function, must be at least 15 years ago now. Cryptic fellow, hard to understand, but pleasant enough for a politician. Didn't drink much. Though between the two of us, we cleaned out their larders. The ambassador had the good foresight to leave town before the Azadi arrived. But his house is still there. I believe they used to call it Abnaxus's abode in the old days. But nowadays it's known as an historic artifact. You can't miss it. It's right in the center of City Green. And it looks like a petrified tree. I reckon that's because it is a petrified tree. Oh, and best of luck getting inside. It's protected, if you know what I mean.
I have the key.
Oh, well, in that case, I reckon you'll have no problem getting inside, eh?
This is my... So what's your story?
My story? Well, I have plenty of stories. It'd take all day and night to tell half of them.
Are you from Marcuria?
Aye. Well, I was born here, but I was always a child of the ocean. Before he was a publican, my father was a sailor, and my mother hailed from the Southern Islands. The salty sea was in my blood. So, I ran away from home. 3 times my father brought me back before he finally relented and let me sign up. 13 years old and galley boy on the Pearl of the Great Sea. 10 years after that, I made first mate on the Kandar's Tusk. She was a great ship. I miss her like I'd miss a lost limb. I only returned to Mercuria to take over my father's business when he passed. He owned a tavern. Not this one, I'm afraid. It burned in the war. I fought the tyrant, joined the city guard, and then finally I scraped enough coin together to buy this place. So, here I am, both feet planted firmly on solid soil. But you know, my heart remains in the southern seas. I courted the beautiful Princess Kuamaka, angered a king, got chased off by savages with spears. I might one day go back to claim my bride and conquer a kingdom. But for now, I'm happy serving warm beer, listening to drunken confessions, and helping friends. My seditious, rebellious friends.
Time to... I should get going, Ulvik.
I imagine you're busy. You let me know if there's anything else I can do for you. Come back anytime. I'll see you around, Zoe.
Bye.